Hello, and good morning, good evening, good afternoon. This is video 755. I'm joined today by my son, my newest son, adopted from the shelter. Uh, his name is Bucky Barnes, the winter kitty. Uh, but no, I'm a little out of breath. Just did some housework, and I'll tell you, if you've had surgery, then you already know this. But having big surgery affects a lot of things, and it's been a good 3 weeks since I had my surgery. Are you gonna relax? And man, I'm still healing. I'm still healing down below. I've got stitches, and the surgery before that, 2 weeks before that, I'm still healing from the incisions. I mean, it just uh, I'm not a fast healer. I don't have a very high metabolism, obviously. You can tell by my weight. My son agrees. Yes. Mm, yes, he's thinking about it. He's pondering it. Um, but anyway, this video is going to be 755 is going to be called about scamming, maybe called I got scammed. Um, but I want to talk a little bit about scams, particularly and specifically on Facebook. I'm sure you've gotten them. If you haven't, you probably will one day. Uh, Someone you don't know will send a friend request, and there's something about our egos, human nature. We're communal creatures as much as we are independent and isolationists, and perhaps we can be introverts. We like community, I think. It's my amateur anthropologist. Um, um, but, be very, very careful of who you accept a friend request. And I used to kind of do a quick, I'd look at their page and see who their friends were. And, if they were friends of some of my friends, and even Facebook will go out of its way sometimes to, say, do Sam Jackson? They're friends with three of your friends, and you'd be like, oh, well, it's okay. I'll accept their friend requests on Facebook. And it turns out that, you know, unfortunately, there are scammers out there. There are people who kind of make their living off trying to, whether they are just trying to hack your computer or they're just trying to be an influencer. And we know in the last election, uh, the last two elections rather, an election back, um, Donald Trump's election, 2016. There was a huge amount of Russian influencing trying to go on. And one of the ways they did that was by creating these bogus Facebook accounts. And people, they'll post things that are controversial or steered towards a specific political direction. um, Kind of like trolls, they know what buttons to push, what things to say to get a reaction and kind of start. It's kind of like an avalanche. It's one comment and it just kind of rolls downhill and gains momentum, and before you know it, you kind of have a movement. Facebook as an algorithm, it tracks, likes and whatnot. So uh, I guess the word of caution is just to be very careful who you accept as a friend. And what prompted it was uh, the governor of my state, Indiana, made a post about congratulating our state senator, Todd Young, congressional state senator, federal senator, about some work he had done that kind of trickles down to the governor's office. And kind of the governor was trying to get some press on it. Look at me, I'm doing such a great job. And while I'm congratulating myself, and letting you know about it, let me congratulate Senator Todd Young. And one of the comments that I wrote was, if you have any influence over Senator Young, please, please, please ask him to support the Equality Act, because currently Senator Young does not support the Equality Act. and does not care about the fates of LGBTQ people in the state of Indiana, which is true. As of my last letter writing, I do write Senator Young a letter every so often saying, "Hey, I'm a trans woman in your district, and I would ask that you vote, X on Y issue." And when it comes to the Equality Act, I always get a letter back from Senator Young that says, "I'm sorry, but I just can't seem to vote on that issue. It's against my principles and my religious beliefs or some other bullshit." And, you just want to say, "Look, you know, you represent me. I'm your voter. I'm in your district. You represent me. You don't represent you when you go to Congress." But anyway, it's a slippery slope. We could probably talk about that for ages. Uh, and then my good friend Dawn, who got me started on that, she wrote a letter to Rand Paul. You represent me. Stop being such a jackass. Uh, but anyway, so I wrote on this Facebook post, blah 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 blah. Please, you know, talk to Todd Young. I've tried talking. You please, you know. And there were, as you might expect on Facebook, there were a number of likes and a number of people laughing their ass off at my comment. Um, but among them, I got a friend request. Someone posted, "Hey, I liked your comment. I can we be friends?" And like within 20 minutes of that, there was another one, and the language was the same. It was another person, another guy, with the exact same text. "Hey, I like your quote." Da 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 da. Almost as if it was a robot, a bot or a computer, or a hacker. I don't know, but lacking creativity to make the comments a little different. And so I clicked on both their profile pages, and as you would guess, their Facebook account is like less than a week old. One or two pictures that definitely looked like um, clip art, not clip art. Uh, uh, Generic photos you would find of somebody like Shutterstock. You would pay, stock art, clip art, a photo of, you type in old man and you get this person. And, in the past, I've gotten those on my Facebook pages, and usually it's from a service person, military, army, in their fatigues, in, Kandahar or something. And again, it's just very suspicious. The Facebook account only a couple days old, and with no real, substance to it, no posts, no, oh, here's me and the fam out at the beach. Isn't life wonderful? And so obviously it was definitely a signpost. This is a scam, you know. And I just want to kind of just to reiterate that number one, to say it happened, but also to acknowledge, I think, in the world of being trans, we crave companionship. We crave, specifically, certainly if you've lost your friends and your family, your friends and your family, because you came out or transitioned or whatever, we crave that attention and that affirmation that of who we are, and just to be very very careful of clicking yes as a friend, because once you do it, they're likely going to go down your friend list and send each one of your friends a friend request. And like I said, they'll look at it and go, "Oh, they're friends with so and so, they must be okay." Click. And then now they have access to all their friends, and of course probably some of their friends overlap your friends, and it just goes on. It's a slippery slope. It's an avalanche. Just gathers momentum as it rolls along. Um, so I thought I would just share that experience. And doesn't necessarily have to apply to being trans. Cis people can do it, but really that's just about it. Not else much to say. This is the last week of my recovery, so my batteries have gotten, as you might expect, as I'm healing, my batteries have, gotten longer and longer. I can function more and more on my feet, and I've been trying this week to be a little more, get up at the time I normally get up to go to work, and go to bed at the time I normally go to bed. Kind of like the end of summer vacation. If you're smart and your vacation is coming up, you kind of start to get up a little earlier, go to bed a little earlier, and I'm trying to be more active, which I had made mention in a previous. But at the same time, after you've had your surgery, you just have to be aware of what your limitations are and be able to rest when you need to. That's very important. Well, I've put my son to sleep. Hopefully, I didn't put you to sleep with my boring diatribe. But I just wanted to share a little bit about what happened to me, and hopefully make you a little more aware about it if you weren't already. But you probably were. You're smart. You're smart in the know because you're part of this channel, right? It goes without saying. You're just one of the cool people, right? Oh, surgery. Um, anyway, good luck to you, and best wishes on your pursuit in being your authentic self as you define it, as I always say. Till next time, take care, stay safe.